Um, I don't know. I think I pretty much said all there is to say. Right? Game was phenomenal. I'm sad that I've beaten it. Happy that I played it. It is funny, it is funny that I was cursed. I was seriously cursed. I really was. At the second we got Frontiers and I was to play it during the timing that I could, I got super sick. And it took like I don't know, maybe like 3+ weeks, something like that. I don't exactly remember to be able to start playing Frontiers. I think I'm out of things to say. There's probably a lot I could say. Maybe I'll talk more about it on in my tier list. Maybe I'll talk more. Maybe not. I'll just say, oh no, it's good. It's over here. No guarantees. But I played it. Yay! And I believe I don't know. I'm trying to think. But before I leave, I am trying to think if there's anything for me to say about the game. Because it was good. It was great. Honestly, it was great. It's one of my favorite games on the Switch. I think it's really great. It's no Breath of the Wild. That's not surprising. I don't think anyone expected it to be like as top tier as Breath of the Wild. Uh, but it was still phenomenal, and I would say better than most games on the Switch. No, I mean it's just great. There's nothing wrong with being worse than Sonic Frontiers. It was just really good. Mm. I'm not really here to be like, oh, okay, so now here's my ranking. I'm not really here for that. But for me, I don't want to like put down anyone, but I just find it kind of ridiculous to like be like, okay, I just beat the game. I think it's like a fucking 7.4. It's like, what does that even mean? I don't know. Sure, do I dare go on that rant? Do I dare go on that rant here? I just think it's ridiculous. Like the numbers imply there's some sort of like a data or something going on, but it's so whimsical, especially when you get into decimals. Like, okay, so just like, oh, okay, I beat the game. Here's like it's like an 8 out of 10. I don't know, that's like fine. But when you start be like, I think it's like an 8 point, like 6 8 68. It's 6 8 8.68. Is that how you say it? I actually forget. As just it's kind of silly. See, this is why I probably shouldn't be here. I'm not even talking about the game anymore. Um, but that's it. I really need to get started on editing these videos. I feel it in my knees. I'm so riddled of anxiety of how the fuck am I gonna start editing, especially at the beginning. The beginning, I was so desperately trying to avoid a scuffed start, and I got a scuffed start. I'm not happy about that. Whatever. You gotta roll with the punches. Speaking of rolling with punches, I don't know. I really like how I actually felt emotional resonance with a lot of what's going on the screen playing the Sonic game. It's like, yeah, like with like playing like Sonic Colors, I don't really feel anything emotional. Definitely not like Sonic Lost World. I wasn't feeling emotional at all. But like here, I was like, I felt it. I felt like an emotional resonance with what's going on with a lot of things. With a lot of things, not all of them. I wish there was more put into the development of the like parental. Is that how you say it? Parental, like the parent and child relationship that was developed between Eggman and his AI Sage. Because especially if you don't read the egg memos, it sort of comes out of nowhere. Not completely, but a little too much out of nowhere for me to like praise it. I like that direction. It's always fun to see more of the actual human side of the monster that is Eggman. But like, I kind of wish there was just more time put into it, just in general. But I hear this game was sort of rushed, like all the other Sonic games are. That's just what I hear. I don't actually know, but I assume it is because there again, it does have some rough patches that I feel like, wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't rushed. But that's okay for now. Actually, is it okay? I don't know. I don't really like saying unfinished games are okay. I'm usually heavily against that, but that's whatever. Okay, so this ramble has officially turned into rambling. So I think I'm done. I'm probably gonna cut that part out. Probably gonna cut a lot of this part out, honestly. So with that said, that's why I really think I should end this. So yeah, I am ending this. I had so much fun. This was phenomenal. And I'm sad that that's the end of it. I mean, they're making a roadmap. There is a roadmap that's coming up. I mean, that there is a roadmap that they have and that they're working on. And some things seem pretty promising, and I will definitely be playing, especially because it's like free. That's wow. that's wow. Because like when the roadmap came out, and I think I was probably in like the second island. And I was under the impression that Sonic Forces overall felt like a finished game. And I was surprised to hear that they were like updating it at all. Unless it's outside of like bug fixes and fixing the rough around the edges. Like content updates is what I'm trying to say. Content updates I was not expecting. Even like in the middle of the second island of whenever it happened, I felt like Sonic Frontiers was coming off as a finished game, so I didn't really expect a content update, and it's a free content update. That's badass, especially for how this game now I finished it, and I can say it's really cool that they're coming out with like a content update, like a free content update. That's lovely. That's just lovely. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, again, with the content update, definitely gonna play. All that's good and cool. I hear like playable characters, some like new like challenges. I think there was one or two other things I don't remember because it's been probably at least 10 days since I've seen it. I only saw it when it came out. I don't know how long it's been. But yeah, so that's that. I really have to start editing these videos because I'm very excited. I mean, I'm a little like, okay, so there's like this like midpoint that I'm very excited. Like the whole second island, I think I did really good as an E-clown. We'll see. I haven't touched it, but it was a lot of fun, and I feel like the video is going to be a lot of fun. And then the third island, and I was sort of like complaining a lot for justified reasons. Third island sucks. Okay, maybe it doesn't suck, but it's the worst. It's definitely the worst island. Fourth island doesn't count. Fourth island's almost nothing. Fourth island is a transition thing, which it's. I mean, if I had to count it, it's definitely better than the third island, just because it was just fun the whole way through. But it was also like 20 minutes long or something like that. It's kind of its own thing. It's not really an island, despite the fact that's kind of what an island is it being its own thing. But I mean, if I had to like rank the islands between 1, 2, 3, and 5, third island's at the bottom. I can say that the fifth island is at the top. It was great. The second island is probably second place, and first island is probably right below that, right above island 3. As some might say, third place. Below second, above fourth. I don't know why I was overcomplicating things. The first island is great. It's good. It's a good introduction to the game. I mean, that's what else I'm gonna say, but it's good. It's been a long time since I played the first island, though. But I assume because I had a lot of fun with the second island. The second island was where the game really started picking up for me. The third island kind of dropped things off a little bit. Third island isn't that bad. It just in comparison to other islands where I can like walk somewhere and I'm not stuck in a 2D section. Where there like it felt like there were just places that I could go like in like the first island, I believe. I don't think there was any place that I felt like I couldn't go except it was clearly out of bounds. The third island was full of places that I struggled getting to, despite the fact that it's well within the game. It's just annoying. And like even the fuck like it's appalling that you seemingly can't get to like the top of the volcano. Why would you have this like free-form game where you can just sort of run around and you see that volcano? You can't climb it. And I was like, no, that was like my favorite thing with Breath of the Wild was like, oh, you see that fucking mountain far in the distance? You can climb it. See that hilltop all the way on the other side of the map? You can get there. There wasn't like any place that you could see that you couldn't like interact with. And so like having the volcano, the main like feature of the island, be what appeared to be non-touchable, I would regard as very silly. And we should have been fighting in the volcano and not like in a random crater, by the way, for the night fight. Then you have the second island, which is it was just a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun to just traverse around. Again, that's when the game was really opening up for me, and like having the Titan just circle around above in the skies, being this imposing threat the entire time, was really cool. I loved that a lot, honestly. And I had a couple scares. And then we had the final island that lacked seeing the Titan, which is a shame. Because having the Titan around is always cool. Which the third island was like that as well. What was I talking about? Oh, the third island? Was I talking about the third island? I think I was talking about the last island. Oh, the last island. You know, you can see the Titan, which was a bit of a shame, but it was just loaded. You know, it was like there was always something to do no matter where you go, and it was a lot of fun. I don't really have much else to say. The fifth island just felt like how the whole game should have felt, where you could just go wherever you want. A lot of things to see, a lot of things to do, a lot of bosses to fight. Like, oh my god, the amount of bosses in that island was bonkers. There's just so much to do, and I did it all. Except for I did notice, especially with the third island, I stopped doing the like grinding roads and stuff. I just ran past them. Because in the third island, you didn't have to. You could just ignore them and just like go for the treasure on the ground and get all the memory tokens that way. Instead of doing like a whole grinding system and get like a 1 token. It just didn't feel feasible, especially when being forced in a 2D section was just sort of annoying. Oh, and also the third island is where they started being like, okay, it's okay for you to have like a treasure display, and it's actually just a spring. And it's like, I don't get it. Why? Why is that even a thing? It really shouldn't just be a thing. The spring and boost pass should just be out there. It doesn't feel rewarding side looping a place and, oh, congratulations, you get the boost pad. You now have the honor to be forcibly taken this way. It's like, I could have just went that way if I wanted to. It feels really conflicting with the general design of the game, where you could just do whatever you want for the most part. And the fifth island did have that. And to be fair, not to be fair, but to be honest, I was just sort of desensitized to it, so I'm tolerating it more than I did for the third island. Okay, I think I talked enough. I was supposed to end it like 10 minutes ago. How long was I talking? Okay, that's the end. I'm done. Game was great. I said it was fine. It's fair to give it a number. What would I give Sonic? Sonic Frontiers gets at the very least, I can say it gets at least an 8 out of 10. I don't know about a 9 out of 10, and definitely not a 10 out of 10. It's just too rough around the edges to be a 10 out of 10. For me. Some conflicting gameplay choices And I'll be honest, I'm pretty lenient on giving games 10 out of 10. I don't think a game has to be perfect to be a 10 out of 10. I just think it has to be phenomenal. Um, it's at least an 8 out of 10. Uh, maybe like probably not a 9, honestly. Game's great. I would love to see it use a little bit more love. We'll see. But as it is now, game is great. I had a great time with it, and I'll see you next time. I have no idea when I'm gonna do another recording. I'm scared because the longer I don't record, the worse, the more scared I'll be to record the next time. So we'll find out. But we'll. Oh, I just made myself frightened. I just frightened myself. Oh no. I'm scared. I'm scared. I hope the next time I record isn't going to be a long time from now. It might be. We'll see what happens. I have a lot of editing to get on, and I should stop pushing it off. Thank you. Like for any oh my. Okay, how about this? For anyone who's like watching right now, holy shit! I didn't even think about that. Are you watching me right now? That's incredible. I literally can't even comprehend that. And if for anyone who's like watched like the whole thing, I really hope you had fun. I had a great time. I'm still just starting out as an e-clown and stuff. And I think this improved my ability significantly, but I pressed the stop recording button, but it looks like it's still recording, so I moved the mouse out of it. That was frightening. Imagine if the recording just ends right there. For like, if anyone watched this whole series, thank you so much. Like, that makes me so happy. And okay, I guess what would make me happy is I showed you a good time. You know, some things make us laugh, make us cry, like the legend Big Smoke. And I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm probably gonna cut that part out. Thank you. I wasn't ready to say something like so emotional, but it's making me emotional. Just thinking about the possibility that someone might be watching this and like who watched like the whole thing. I just really hope I showed you a good time. You know, that's all I can say. That's all I want. I want to be an econ. I want to make people happy. I want to make people laugh. I really hope I had people enjoy this, frankly, at all. As with someone who's starting out, for me, that would be good enough. I really hope you who's listening to this right now had a good time. And with that, I think that's a very appropriate place to finally sign off. I've probably been sitting here for 30 minutes. Sometimes I really just talk and 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 talk. Okay.